handling stressful situation by faith. Handling stressful situation by faith. Exodus chapter 14 from verse 9 to 14. But the Egyptians pursue after them. I don't know who is pursuing you. Enemy cannot be pursuing you and there will be no stress. All the horses and chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea beside Pi-Hahiroth before Baal-Zebon. Verse 10. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. And they were so afraid, and the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord. Let me tell you, when you haven't seen fear, that's when you see I have confidence. When they saw the multitude of chariots, the multitude of spear, multitude of sword, multitude of soldiers, multitude of horses, and they are armless, the only thing they carry is grace and presence of God. The Bible said they were afraid, they were terrified, they were troubled, they were stressful, and they cried. Listen to me, there is no man that is immune or exempted from stress. Everyone on earth always have moments of stressful situations. When stressful situations happen to you, what do? This was a stressful situation. The sea was before them. By the right, a heavy mountain. By the left, a heavy mountain. They were on the valley. And behind them, the soldier with red eyes are coming. And the Bible said they were afraid. They were afraid. And they cried to God. And they said unto Moses, because there was no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? They were now blaming Moses for their trouble. One of the things I saw on earth is this: avoid blaming others for your situations. They were now blaming Moses. All the joy of their deliverance has disappeared. All the joy of freedom from slavery disappeared. All the laughter on the way to the sea disappeared. Sometimes when you have a miracle and you are rejoicing, be prepared for stressful time. Stressful situation is a time of fear, a time of tensions, a time of sweat and worry, time of uncertainty and lack of peace, time of when there's no laughter and no playing. At this particular point in time, can they joke? Can they laugh? Do they have peace now? Everything, all their faith, hope, everything have vanished. The next thing they were thinking was death. Why do you bring us here to die in the wilderness where there shall be no grave? They began to blame Moses. You know that Ahab was blaming Elijah for locked heaven. He never blamed his wife Jezebel. He never blamed himself that worship idol. He never blamed his lack of faith and worship of God. He was blaming Elijah. Avoid blaming others for your personal errors during stress. During stressful situation, avoid blaming others for your personal errors, for personal weakness, for personal disobedience, for personal lack of humility. Some people are suffering stressful life because they lack humility, and because of personal laziness. Some are going through stressful living because they are lazy, and some because of carelessness, and some because of lack of home training. what is creating stress for them. They don't know how to deal in interpersonal relationship, how to relate with other people, how to respect others, honor others. They are self-centered, and that is creating stress for you. And you are blaming your husband, your wife, your this, your pastor, your member, blaming people around you. And then for your personal fault, don't blame others. And then for your ignorance, lack of educating yourself, being enlightened and informed. Some people have been stagnant mentally, psychologically, intellectually for the past 15 years. We're not well informed. It will affect your behavior. Your attitude to people is the expression of what is in your mind. Deliverance is not until you fall down. Deliverance from ignorance, deliverance from stupidity and foolishness, deliverance from cluelessness, deliverance from incompetency, deliverance from bad character and lack of home training, deliverance from lack of personal improvement. Sometimes when there are tension in the home, when husband is growing, wife does not grow, there will be tension. No improvement, nothing, you're just the same like that. Yeah, all this one needs deliverance.